Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. This is your July 2025 full moon tarot reading. And this full moon rises in the grounded and dependable sign of Capricorn, bringing a powerful blend of emotional clarity and practical insight. Under this energy, we are being called to check in with our long-term goals. This is a great time to look at the rest of 2025. And look at our boundaries and the structures that support our lives, especially in our career, purpose, and personal integrity. Capricorn energy really asks us to get real with ourselves. Capricorn energy wants us to ask, where are you being called to take responsibility? What's worth committing to? What's draining your energy? And how can you balance ambition with rest and emotional honesty? We all need to know when to take a break, right? And this full moon is a potent time for release, letting go of outdated expectations, pressure to have it all figured out, and let go of roles that no longer reflect who you are now and who you've become in this year and in the years leading up. So here's a really good affirmation for you to use while we're experiencing this energy. I release what no longer supports my growth. I honor my path, trust my timing, and build my dreams with clarity, courage, and care. And you can read that out loud, or you can write it in your journal under the moonlight and meditate on it. So let's take a deep breath and settle in, and let's see what the cards have to say about this moment of truth, growth, and soulful realignment. We're going to pull 6 cards today. Each one answers a question. And the first one is, what is my current energy? Easy peasy. We tend to start there. So this is for you. If you have stumbled across this video, these messages are for you. And if you're an old friend, thank you for stopping by again. I appreciate that. If you're a new friend, don't forget to click subscribe, click like, and leave a comment. Let me know you were here. And you know what? Everybody just do that, okay? Because people say, why do YouTubers constantly say to subscribe? Because we know that most of the people who watch our videos don't subscribe. They're not subscribed to us. And I'm guilty of it myself. I realized I wasn't subscribed to somebody that I watch every single day. So just a little reminder for you to click subscribe. I just realized I don't have my little, there we go. My little lights weren't on. Okay, so our Ace of Swords, what is our current energy? Feeling like some fresh ideas are coming up. I feel like this full moon is kind of making space for us to get clear on things, start new thought processes, release those limiting beliefs that aren't serving you so that you can create some really good positive beliefs for yourself. There may be some new contracts coming up, new ways of defining things, sometimes new ways of defining ourselves. And our role in the world. I think a lot of us are going through that because so much crazy stuff is going on that I think we're actually all sort of trying to figure out what our role is in amongst all the craziness, right? So are you going to be one of the crazy people, or are you going to be one of the people who just escapes the crazy people? I don't know. That's entirely up to you, but we're seeing it on every level right now. All of my videos recently have just really been touching on stuff happening in this community, like just YouTube in general, in certain communities in YouTube, at municipal levels, at federal levels, international governments. It's all just a little cray right now. So if you're trying to figure out how you fit into this new world of craziness, totally understandable. There's probably a lot of people experiencing that right now. So the next question is, what is coming into my awareness this full moon? Some decisions need to be made. I feel like there's a lot of people trying to make decisions about where they're going to live. Our pentacles are always our physical reality, our tangible life. And I think there's a lot of people who are looking at moving, looking at living in a whole different way. My guides are telling me, you know, people are looking at homesteading. They're looking at, you know, growing their own gardens, making their own food. People that we're really seeing a big shift right now. So what's coming into your awareness this full moon is you have some decisions to make about your physical life, your health, your fitness. You know, if we're going to outrun the zombies, you've got to be able to at least run to the end of the street, right? And you also need to really start looking at the food you eat. There's just so much garbage in the food that's being produced. And, you know, in my family, we try to eat as close to the vine as possible, as I always say, meaning we get food from farmers rather than factories. And rather than opening, say, a can of processed tomatoes, I would just buy tomatoes and chop them up. You know, just something as simple as that is just buying directly from farmers, using real foods. Just this morning, I showed my family a little recipe I saw for making homemade Pop-Tarts that don't have chemicals in them. So just something as simple as that. I think, you know, this is a really good time to start becoming aware of these things, looking at improving our physical lives, whether it be by where we live, how we live. You know, again, we're always saying purge, purge, purge. Get rid of all the garbage in your house. Get rid of all the mess and the clutter and things you don't need anymore. You're never going to fit into those jeans again, okay? It's time to let them go. Just love yourself the way you are. You know, those jeans that you've been hanging on to for 17 years, get rid of them. Give them away. Someone else needs them. Someone else needs them. So yeah, there's a lot of physical stuff. You've got some decisions to make about that, though. Whether it's about moving to a whole country, a whole new country, a whole new state or province or area, like whatever, however you live. Like for me in Canada, it would be a province. If you're American, be a state. I think Australia has states. Like if you're looking at moving to different places, there's some decisions to be made, but also you can start basically with just making decisions about what you eat, how you move, how you live, what your physical life looks like. That was a really good card. How can I maintain discipline and focus? You have to make the commitment to it. This might be a new journey for you. Set a timer. Pomodoro is great. If you don't know what Pomodoro method is, just Google it. That's a really good one. I enjoy that myself. That one usually gets me accomplishing a lot in a short period of time. And then give yourself little rewards, you know, don't make yourself that cup of coffee before you fold the laundry. That's your reward after folding the laundry. That's like a new way of creating and maintaining discipline for yourself. What this is saying is you need to learn a new way of doing it. What you're doing might not be working, so let's use a different way. Go look at Pomodoro and then see if there's other discipline and focus techniques that you can be using as well. One that I really like, there's a piece of, I don't even know if we call it music, on YouTube that I listen to. It's for ADHD brain. I don't have ADHD, but I find the repetitiveness of it just kind of keeps me in the zone when I'm working on something that requires focus and I just have to get through it. So something like that. There's all sorts of different ways of increasing your discipline and your focus. And if you're already really, really good in that area, keep maintaining it. Sometimes you need to introduce new things to keep that going. So either way, that's a really good one too. This reading's going very well. How can I attract abundance in my life? We know our Capricorns love abundance. Page of Pentacles, do some new learning. Attracting abundance in your life. Some new journeys, some new learning, some new, again, we've got a lot of pentacles here. This is pentacles and pages. This is really interesting. So we're looking at student energy. The page is always going to be student energy and starting a new journey. So if you want to attract abundance in your life, you may have to do some learning. That may be higher education. That might be a workshop. That might be a course. That could be anything that looks like it might work for you, whatever feels right. You know, if you decide you want to sell candy apples at the markets all year and make money that way and bring abundance into your life that way, then go take a workshop on how to do that. There's loads of videos on how to set up your market stall. There's loads of videos and workshops and people who teach on how to make money doing this and the structure of their business. Like what they'll do is they'll run a successful business and then they'll create content that will teach you how to do the same, to copy their systems. So there's a little bit of learning to be done in order to be calling in more abundance. What insights can help me manage my time effectively? And the reason this is important to Capricorns is because Capricorns are ruled by Saturn. Saturn rules time. So the 8 of Wands, what insights can help me manage my time effectively? Get out of your own freaking way. Yeah. Stop procrastinating. The sense is that there's a lot of people, like, we're just putting out fires. We're never making any progress. We're just putting out fires. So this project or thing you want to do, you can't get to it because you're putting out fires. So you've just got to kind of just get out of your way. Skip over the fires and just do the thing you want to do. And the fires will still be there. It's okay. Unless it's something like crazy that you really need to pay attention to. But for the most part, we do tend to get distracted by the tiny little crises in our lives, in our day-to-day lives. Like, you know, as something as simple as like a clogged sink. Now you've got to drop everything to deal with the sink. Or you could just hire someone to do that for you, and then you can focus on the things that you need to do. You see what I'm saying? You got to get out of your own way sometimes. We don't have to do it all. So all these things that are coming at you, you can outsource them. You can delegate. Tell the people who live with you, hey, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. And get on top of everything. But definitely the energy here is dodging stuff. Like you've got to get out of your own way, but you also have to complete the things on your list. You can't avoid the things you need. And I'm laughing because I'm like the worst one for it. I'll be like, this doesn't feel good. I'm just going to put it in the doesn't feel good pile. So yeah, sometimes you just got to sit down and get on with it. And you just have to pile everything on the dining table and do not budge. Put your ADHD music on your headphones and do not budge until you've made good progress. Like commit to 2 hours, do Pomodoro, and you will plow through a lot of stuff. And then once you kind of get on a roll with it, you'll find that all those things that you dreaded doing took 5 minutes each, and they're done. Yeah, I have to do the same thing. Trust me. This is, I feel like this one was speaking to me a lot as well as everybody else. And then our final card is, what am I ready to let go of? There's a bit of an emotional journey to this. I feel like what's keeping anybody feeling stuck is just emotions. It's not even a mental game. Like the mental game is in the past, and now we're in an emotional game. You've just got to let go of the feelings. Like, you know, oh, my guides are saying you have to feel worthy. Just tell yourself you're worthy of this good life, nice life, all the things you want, all the things that you desire, that you're worthy of the abundance. You're worthy of managing your life. You're worthy of being disciplined. You are worthy of these things. So tell yourself that. Say, I am worthy of a great life and I'm going to get it for myself. Oh, this is a great reading. Fantastic. I wish I had like a client in front of me and pulled these cards, because this would be like changing lives. Changing lives. Absolutely. Let me know what you think in the comments. Just tell me you stop by and say hi. You don't even have to address what we talked about here. Just say hello, click like, click share. And don't forget to subscribe. And as ever, have a magical day.